So it's 2014 and you know what that means. There's going to be new games coming out. I personally want to talk about my most anticipated game so far, and judging from the gameplay you're watching, which is Wolfenstein 2009, I'm really looking forward to the new Wolfenstein game. Now when it comes to the most anticipated FPS game of 2014, Titanfall's getting all the love and hype so far. I guess it's because it's made by the same folks who did Call of Duty 4, and that game was great, and it still is a wonderful shooter to this day. I also believe it's the fact that this game is coming out soon, just a couple of more months really, and I believe it's one of the games that Microsoft is expecting to be the next Halo or Gears, you know, that AAA Xbox exclusive title, although Titanfall isn't 100% exclusive to the Xbox. Personally, I'm not really paying too much attention on the game. I really feel like it's just Call of Duty with mechs, and that's really it. I don't know if things will change once more of the gameplay starts showing it, but I'm not really paying attention, on this game, to be honest. I feel like I am most likely going to ditch it. And then there's Destiny, which will be coming out later on, like in Q4, but I'm still not sure if this game is really for me. But then again, I am keeping my eye on it because I love Bungie. However, if it's like an MMO type of game, I'm definitely ditching it. I've never liked MMOs, and MMORPG is really the worst genre ever. It's just a waste of time to play since there's no incentive to play them. There's no ending to the game. You're basically leveling up your character repeatedly and getting them better items, but the genre is really dumb, and it has a horrible reputation with the whole video game addiction going on. So when I play it, I feel like I'm kind of like promoting video games in a very bad way, really. It's not like when it comes to FPSs and platformers, you never really see people suffering video game addiction when it comes to those games, but for MMORPGs, there's definitely a lot of them. Like, there's people spending 80 hours per week playing World of Warcraft, while for me, I got bored of the game. It just felt like a waste of time. There's no ending to the game, and that just doesn't feel right for me, and I just don't really see why I would play these games over a polished action RPG game, period. So now I get to the part where I talk about Wolfenstein, The New Order. Judging from all the gameplay videos I've seen, I'm liking it. I actually want more, but I know in the future we will get more of it, and it really does look promising. The action part seems good, the story or maybe the concept of it seems interesting and promising, and I do like how this game will be very single player driven, which I feel like this Wolfenstein should have just been single player only, since it was the strongest part of this game. And I heard Activision forced Raven to release multiplayer, kind of similar to how the people that did Spec Ops: The Line were forced to release multiplayer in their game when they didn't even want to. What I'm going to do with this video is just talk about why I'm looking forward to this game so much, so sit back and relax. So the first reason is it's a hybrid of old school and new school FPS game. There's definitely not a lot of these type of games nowadays, and I'm happy there's one because I do enjoy the feel of this game because it does have that aspect, and I would love to see how the new Wolfenstein would play compared to this one, since I feel like the New Order is more similar to this game in terms of the basic idea of the gameplay. I'm actually starting to get my groove back for this game again because I totally enjoyed playing this back in 2009, and I know a new Wolfenstein game is coming around the corner, but unfortunately I don't know what's the date because I totally want to play it, man. Second reason is I heard this game is actually going to be tough and challenging. I mean, they even made it public that this game will be tough on the hardest difficulty. Also, a lot of the people who played the game mentioned that this game is a lot harder than your average shooter today. I'm liking this because as far as games go, I feel like it has definitely gotten soft on their fans, and it looks like Machine Games kind of realized that and decided to crank up the difficulty of the game to really make it more interesting for hardcore id Software fans like myself. I'm not really sure if Machine Games is trying to make this game popular like BioShock, but I feel like this game is definitely not going to be for everyone if it's harder than most shooters today. But I feel like that fact wouldn't hurt the game's quality. The third reason is definitely the art design. I love it so much. I mean, I can't stop like engrossing myself with the design of the architectures or the enemies. I feel like they all look perfect. I haven't really had the same feeling since, like, I don't know, man, maybe ODST's Blade Runner inspired visuals when it comes to the city maps, and man, dude, I cannot imagine how good this game will look with a Tech 5 in front of my TV. I personally think this game has like the best reinvention of visual design in terms of everything as far as it games go. Like in Doom 3, I enjoyed the monster design overall, but everything else was kind of the same, labs after labs, and yeah, it wasn't really, you know, the most varied games when it comes to locations. And I feel like this game will have a lot more variety in terms of locales, but also look good at the same time. The fourth reason is fairly obvious. I like Wolfenstein a lot, and it was definitely, well, not Wolfenstein, but Wolf 3D was definitely one of the very earliest FPS games I played with Doom and Duke Nukem. I still feel like Wolfenstein 3D still has that fun factor in terms of shooting the Nazis. Like, it never gets old when they go, "My Leben," you know, all that stuff. The game will definitely fit my id Software needs, because God knows how long Doom 4 will take, but this game will be my replacement of my anticipation for Doom 4. So the last one are the risks Machine Games is doing. I really like how they're trying to make the Wolfenstein franchise a lot more elaborate. It's not just this Nazi shoot 'em up with some main protagonist that you don't care about. It's going to have story, exploration, vehicles, stealth, and it's going to be more than what the original Wolfenstein 3D was known for, but still keeping true to what Wolfenstein really is. I love how they took the multiplayer out because, you know, they want to make this game to be an awesome single player experience. And for those that are butthurt, you could play Return to Castle Wolfenstein for free. So if you want Wolfenstein multiplayer, play that. Really, I think this game will really take the best part of Wolf 3D, Return to Castle Wolfenstein, and this Wolfenstein's single player portion, and then put the stuff that makes Wolfenstein: The New Order different than those games to keep that unique factor. From what I'm seeing, there are moments that remind me of those games, like the Uber Sodat is from Return to Castle Wolfenstein, the secrets are from Wolf 3D, and there seems to be upgradable weapons, which is from this game. So I think this will be a great game to show respect to the previous Wolfenstein game. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and tell me if you guys are looking forward to this game as much as I do.